Hi, Paul. I'm Ezelle from the upcoming Lovely to speak to you today about this fantastic new film, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. So
Thank you.
perhaps you could start by telling us where the story takes us this time. What can viewers expect when they watch it?
Well, rather different to the other two, they go back to the homeland on a bit of a journey of discovery. And I sort of don't want to say too much more than that because I want people to be intrigued by what goes on. It's not just another wedding, I should say that. So hopefully that they will see that yeah, there's something extra with this film.
And obviously there was, I think it was about 7 years in between the last one and this one. Why kind of that length of time, and why did you feel the need to kind of bring that story to the present now? Why now?
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes films just have sort of a life of their own, and Nia had the original idea for this even further back, but for one reason or another, it had just taken this long, and then sadly, Michael Constantine, who plays Gus, passed away, and he because originally he was obviously written into it, and he had let us know very sweetly that he was not well, but blessed us with sort of a go to God and please make movie anyway, and so. And ironically, as folk will discover, his passing became actually a key ingredient in where the movie gets to. So that was part of it. And then, obviously the pandemic had shifted things around. It's just a sort of an accumulation of things. But we got there.
You did. So obviously you executive produced once again on this, and you've got Rita and Tom Hanks on board as producers as well again. What was that like to come back to that working relationship? And what is it about working with them that kind of brings this magic to screen?
Well, it was Rita who found the original property because she went and she saw Nia, her stand-up, in Toronto, which was kind of this story. So it's been really Rita's baby from day one, and it's just there's a shorthand, I suppose, because this is the third one, and we're doing a stage musical as well, and so it's been, and Rita and Tom have a place in Greece now, so they're and Rita is Greek in terms of her heritage, and so it was all sort of pretty kumbaya, as these things hopefully can be.
And obviously you talk about location, was cool. I think it was filmed mostly in Corfu, I believe. So is that right? So I'm wondering, how did you kind of source that location, and did you always kind of want that village vibe to it, and what was it like being out there to film this?
Well, it was split between the homeland and an island. Let's see if people can guess where the island is. And I mean, Nia was very keen to shoot, authentically in Greece, because we could have shot other places. You can easily double, Croatia for Greece or any Malta, or, but it was all part of the why of it all, is if we're going to do it, we'd like to be authentic in every sense and shape, and so that was a big part of the reason to shoot there.
And I think obviously you're returning to work with such a brilliant ensemble cast. I mean, you've obviously got Nia as Tula, and you've got John Corbett as Ian again. So did you feel, in essence, the same as the film, kind of like this huge kind of family reunion?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's the same folk, as you say, that have been in each of the three films, and it's strange. I often feel this on films. It's almost like you're on vacation together. It's a family on vacation together, and then you go your separate ways, and you live your different lives, and then everybody comes back on another vacation together. Which is kind of sort of what this is, sort of.
And at its core, obviously, it's very much about family. But was it very
Sure.
important you in this particular film? Because there's some really challenging moments. You know, you've got health issues there and some values that are kind of changing. Was it important to kind of show in our modern world how old traditions and values kind of need to adapt and how they can work together?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I think we touched on that with the original movie, but certainly we touch where this film is different is that I would say for sure it is more emotional than the others. I think it's a great fun ride. Hopefully, people will enjoy that. But in a good way, it's more emotional. It does deal with loss because that is sadly part of family life, and this is sort of you know the specificity and sadness. But I suppose you could argue sort of life imitating art or art imitating life. You know, Gus as a character is no longer with us because Michael Constantine is no longer with us. But beyond that, you're right. It's always been it's about family, and family is full of joy and fun and wonderful moments. But it is also, unfortunately, every family is touched with loss, and this is what this speaks to. But ultimately, in a very life affirming way, I hope and feel that people will come out of this feeling that it was a really uplifting movie.
Oh, tremendously. But I also think it's quite authentic, as you say, with bringing those
Thank you.
in. So obviously, were there any kind of standout moments, memorable scenes, or kind of challenges too that you had on set?
Well, it was rather hot, if I recall, folk moaning about. But no, I mean, look, all films are challenging, but it's when you're fortunate enough, when people get to shoot somewhere lovely with folk that they know, it's all good. Look, at the end of the day, we're incredibly lucky to be able to do something like this. I always wake up every day just being grateful to the universe for letting me do something that I always wanted to do. So the problems are really, people have serious problems. The problems of filmmaking are not problems at all. They're just, problems, hiccups you have on a journey when you're trying to do a piece of work.
Yeah, and I think obviously there's such a joyous reaction to this franchise. I mean, I can't actually think of anyone who didn't even watch the first film when it came out. What do you think it owes to its success? And do you think this does leave room for another one in the future as well?
Oh, blimey, I don't know about the second part. Yeah, I mean, so many people saw the first one. As you know, it was kind of a hurricane. I mean, that was you just can't account for that. But over the years, a lot of folk have discovered it, whether it was on DVD or television, or folk going to the second movie. So I'm just very grateful that people still enjoy the characters and still enjoy, just the family story, which is all we're trying to tell. We're not, trying to reinvent the atom. And we're just trying to say it's about family. I hope you have a good time seeing it.
Yeah, and obviously, what do you hope viewers then will take away from watching this, aside from those elements, any themes that kind of come through that you think, yeah, good messages?
I mean, truthfully, I wouldn't want to be so pompous as to think that we're trying to send a message. I mean, it's an excellent question, but I think it's just that family ultimately is about love, and love truly does conquer all. I don't want to sound naff, but there I am, because it does, and that's ultimately all the aggravation that everybody has in their lives. Ultimately, the final anchor is family and love, and that's I guess all we've tried to do is show that.
Yeah, and you have, aside from also a beautiful setting, gorgeous scenes with candles. It's an absolutely stunning film. And thank you so much for speaking to me today. It's a real pleasure, and I hope everyone enjoys it as much as I did. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you so much. Appreciate your
you.
time. Thank you.